Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shawcraft One and my old barn door, and I'm just piddling today. Well, not all day, but in this video, I am. What I want to do is I want to show you guys, some quick ways to get your papers and things like that embossed, and then I'm going to show you how to use them, or different ways to use them. So I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Let me move some stuff out of the way, because I was already started doing it, and I thought, well, I'm just going to turn the video on and let it play. So, hang on. I have this, this folder. It's a very vintage folder. When I get finished with it, I'm going to cut it up and use it in some collage stuff or something, because I love how aged it is. And it looks like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but like right in here, it looks like, how the lead has rubbed off onto the folder. So anyway, that's not what we were doing. But anyway, inside this folder, I put all of my solid cardstock offcuts. So any kind of solid color piece offcut that I have, cardstock is not cheap. You pay a lot of money. And if you look at this is a lot of paper, that would just otherwise go in the trash if we didn't figure out something to do with it, and I mean, even the little small pieces, and then I have more. I'll show you, which some of these pieces I don't know that I can salvage, but I mean, like these little bitty pieces. But I thought these would be cute to, like, stamp a word on them, or even write a word on them, and cut them and make them, little word embellishments or whatever. So I have these sitting in like a little separate box, until I can find time to do that. But I'm not going to do all of this today, because that would just be crazy to even try to do that. So I'm going to put these back real quick. But like the bigger pieces, like the pieces like this, or the pieces like this, like this. So what I normally do is, when I run out of, my embossed pieces or whatever, then I'll pull my embossing, my Cuttlebug out. If y'all can see that, I've kind of got it sitting over to the side, and then all of my embossing folders, and I'll just open this little folder up and just go to town, and at first, when I first started doing it, I was thinking, Lord, I am never going to get through this pile. And then I figured out that, you can do more than one sheet at a time. Hello, Diane. So I'm sure you guys already knew that. It took me a minute, but that's okay. So I'll take, like a few strips and throw them in my embossing folder, and then run them through the Cuttlebug. And, you can only take about 3 or 4 strips at a time, or, then it's going to cause you a little bit of problems. So, and then you see how you've got the embossed part, and then you've got this part that doesn't fit in the folder. So I'm just going to take my scissors, trim that section off, add that to the pile, throw these back in my embossing folder, and emboss those too. And since I have a little more room in here, I'm going to put those and some of those in there. We'll see how that works. So let's just run them through. And so what I do is I'll take, a few strips, and I'll do a few pieces of different sizes in this one folder. And then when I get tired of doing that one, see, they came out good though. When I get tired of doing this folder, then I'll switch and I'll go to the next folder, and I'll pull some more over. And I'm going to do several of these strips. I like doing the long strips and getting them out of the way first. And some folders you'll find will take a little more paper a little easier than others will. So it's just according to what kind of folders you have, you know, and you'll get used to which folders will take what, you know, with whatever folders you have in your stash. So then, and I like this. This is the folder that actually came with the Kettlebug. So it's a good generic. I mean, that could pass for chicken wire or whatever. Whatever you want to use it for. So I'm just going to throw a few more little pieces in here. So that's pretty much, I might have too many pieces in here this time. Yeah, let's back it out because I definitely don't want to mess up my Kettlebug. So got a little ambitious there, but that's okay. You know, you live and learn, and you don't know till you try. So we'll try and try again. All right, so I'm going to take these and these and these. Maybe these will go through. So now I'm not going to sit here and emboss all this paper in the whole video because that would be boring. But I just kind of wanted to show you some ideas that you can do to keep yourself a stash of the embossed papers and stuff so that you can use them in your collages, you can use them in your projects, you can use them on cards. I mean, gosh, there's so much you can do with them. And like these bigger pieces, like these, I mean, you can emboss it and make a tag out of it. And I think I want florals on this one. I almost got too many pages in that one too, but that's okay because it went on through. Okay, and then see on these, there's just a little bitty strip down here that didn't get embossed. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim those off. Oh, I didn't cut that straight, but that's okay because I'm going to, once I start using them, they'll be trimmed up anyway. So, okay, so what I'm going to do, now that you've kind of seen that part of it, I'm going to pause the video, try and get as much of this embossed as I can, and then I'll come back and show you some things that you can do with all your little tiny, you know, if you're like me, I have mostly white or cream cardstocks. I do have a couple of pinks. Sometimes I'll print my scriptures and stuff on the pink cardstocks, or the craft color cardstocks, or green, you know, just different colors. But anyway, I have mostly white. So I'm going to go ahead and get as much of it embossed as I can, and then I'll come back and then we'll go further with some ideas of things that we can do with them. Okay, so I've gotten a lot done. I don't have it all done. I don't know that I'll ever have it all done, but I'm going to stop for now. So this is what I have left, and then this is what I got done. So, I mean, that's a lot of embossing. That's a lot of embossed pieces. So, and this was actually just a leftover piece of a file folder that I had done some spraying on. And so I thought how cute it would be to make a tag out of it and do the embossing on it. And I mean, that'd be a pretty little tag just like it is. But if you add a little lace or something to that effect, you can sew it to some coffee dyed paper or just some regular paper. You know, so lots of different ideas that you can do with these. So, you know, you can cut these and make them tags. Like the pieces that are this color, I like to use in my like my farm style journals and things like that. And then I also have, I don't know if you can see the embossing on this, but it looks like a quilt. And so I like using those in my farm style journals. Let's see what else we have. Oh, there's one in here. Oh my goodness, I don't know if I'll ever find it. Oh, I was going to show you too. Some of them, you know, I showed you how, you know, they were sticking out and they didn't get like the bottom piece. But sometimes instead of cutting it, I like to tear it because for me, I love having the rough edge. And what I'll do is, if I'm going to make a collage strip with this, I was trying to see if I had some stuff to make a collage strip with real quick. Okay, let me just grab a couple of pieces and I'll show you. Okay, so I have these pieces. So what I would do is just tear here. And I always like to tear all of my edges. So I'm going to tear this real quick. And then I would stack these together, something like that, and then add in a piece of the embossed paper. So I'm going to tear all of the edges of the embossed paper too. Okay, and then you just add it into your collage. So you could add it there so that you could see a little bit of the embossing. I can't tell if I've got it upside down. Or you could add it there as like a background piece or whatever, but I kind of like it right there so that you can see that some of it is embossed. And then I would just take my stapler and go right in the middle here, staple it down. Okay, so you can do, you can use it for your collages and your clusters, either or both. I use it for both. And then these extra little pieces I'll just throw back into my little folder and they can be embossed the next time. Okay, so then sometimes what I like to do is like the bigger pieces like this. I guess I shouldn't have pulled all of these back into the, like these little pieces right here, they make great bases for clusters and the collage embellishments. So these, you know, these are the perfect base to have to go ahead and put your collage on top. So you can use those for that. And then like a lot of times, if I want to make a tag, you know, this is just, let's see, it is 3 inches wide. So that's perfect for a tag size. So you can either cut across here or, you know, you can rip it, however, whatever look you're going for. And then what I'll do is I'll take my ink, whatever color ink I want to use. And so I have this pink on hand, so we'll just use it, or it's kind of like a purplish pink. And then this is just an old pizza box that I've had forever. I do the browns on the one side and then colors on the different side. And so what I'll do, I think I want to round the edges. Okay. And then I'll just take my ink and I'll go around the edges first. Now this is nothing new, and it's probably nothing that any of you or all of you probably have not seen before, but I'm just playing, so I just thought I'd let the video play while I play. Okay, so now that I've got my edges, then I'm just going to gently just go over the embossing in the middle. So you have still a lighter white background, but the raised parts, it just kind of brings out the raised parts a little bit more. And then we'll put the, I need a new one of these ink pads because that one's just about seen its better days. Okay, so then I'm going to find a pretty little ribbon or something to top this with. Let's see. What do we have over here in our bag of goodies? Okay. So I have this pretty little piece of ribbon. So you can either fold it like this, you can sew it on, you can staple it, or you can turn it this way and do the little flip-de-loop usually you'll need a little bit longer of a piece to do the little flip-de-loop. That's such a technical term, isn't it? That one's not long enough. Let me get a longer piece. Okay. So you can flip it like this and make it be a little topper like that. You can sew it or staple it, and I think for now I'm going to go ahead and staple this on. It's a little hard to get these into the staple. I mean, yeah, inside the little stapler part. Okay. So now that you have that piece on, you can leave the staple showing, which I like to do a lot of times, but then sometimes I will take a piece, excuse my reach, if I can get to it. I have my little rainbow eyelash trim. I don't think that I have this in the shop anymore, but if you want some of it, just let me know. So I just twist it around, put a little dab of hot glue right there, and put my eyelash trim down on that. And then we'll pick a button to go on top. Oh, that one's pretty. I like it with the green butterfly. Let's do that. Now, you can run thread through your butterfly, or you don't have to run thread through your butterfly. It's totally up to you. And since my other glue is in the other room, I am just going to put hot glue on this for now. So there, you have a cute tag. And I mean, you can make these in no time. It doesn't take long at all to make these little tags, you know. So you can do that. You can use the smaller pieces as just little pieces to tuck into a pocket. You can round the corners on those, make them a journal piece. And sometimes like this, you can actually write on this. It would be, you know, a little bit rough, but you could write on it. But I would use it for a photo mat. You know, I'd put a picture on it. So you can do that with them. And then, hang on just one second. Okay, I had to grab my other paper. But then you can take, if you have a piece that's big enough, you can take it and you just fold it in half. And you can make either a little booklet out of it or whatever. Like I have, these are those, the papers that I spray after I print my shipping labels and stuff. I have, a lot of times I'll have a half a sheet of copy paper left, and I just hate to throw all of that away. So, you know, I'll get a good pile of it, and then I'll take my ink sprays and my stencils, and I'll spray them and dye them and color them and make them pretty. So then you can just take a couple of these pages and fold them over, and then I'm just going to take this and measure it here. I like the ripped look, so I'm just going to rip this down through here. And then I'm going to measure it this way. Ooh, let's use some of my tear rulers. I like using the tear rulers too. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up right there. Maybe I'm going to tear, and maybe I'm not going to tear. It's because I'm trying to tear 2 sheets at a time. Okay, so then I straighten out my edges. So then we'll put that in there. And it usually only takes like 2 or 3 sheets to put in these little booklets, to make the little booklets. So let's try and find a different design. And let's put it on the inside. That way you kind of get it every other sheet. Okay. Well, it might help if I turn my tear ruler the right way. And again, y'all, I did not have anything planned for this video. I just started playing, and I thought, well, I'm just going to turn the video on and say hi to everybody. So, this is me playing. I'm just piddling around. I think I'm going to try and tear these one at a time. Yeah, they tear easier when you tear them one at a time. Okay. So then we'll put him in here. And then sometimes I like something a little different, so I will put, where is my, so sometimes I like to add a little graph paper. So let's just tear us a piece of graph paper. I think I'm going to leave this one to fold. So we'll tear this side first. And then we'll tear this side. Hi, Gracie. What are you doing, puppy? Okay, so let's do this. We'll put this piece. What, pup? You need to go potty? And then this piece, and then this piece. Hold on, puppy. 1 second. And then I'll just take my stapler. Sometimes my stapler's not long enough for this, but I think it's going to be long enough today for this little booklet anyway. And then I'll just staple a couple of staples down the middle. You can sew it, you can staple it, you can hand stitch it. However you want it to look for your project. But then you have this cute little booklet. You can round the corners, you can ink it. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. So that's just some ideas of what I do with my scrap pieces of cardstock and things that, you know, you would normally just throw away because you really don't know what to do with it. So that's just some ideas to show y'all. You know, you can use your little bitty pieces of your embossed papers. So I'm going to do another video here in just a little bit. I'm going to have to go let the puppy out. But I'm going to do another video here in just a little bit, showing you some different things that I do with my clusters and my collage strips. So y'all be looking out for that, because some of this paper will be included in that as well. Oh, and just a quick note, you can also emboss little envelopes. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Leave any comments or questions that you have in the comment box below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more of these. And I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome day. Big hugs.